As I am looking into the coverage of Princess Diana during her final year, and with the anniversary of Princess Diana's death coming up, I just want to remind everyone of something. This man, Piers Morgan, who wrote this in honor of her 60th birthday in July of 2021, was editor of The Mirror from 1995 to 2004, who is alleged by Prince Harry to have encouraged illegal targeting of Diana for information. Prior to 1995, Piers was the youngest editor for News of the World, who ironically got in trouble for publishing photos of the Earl of Spencer, that would be Diana's brother's wife, leaving an addiction rehab center. If Murdoch thinks you went a bridge too far, you really went too far. For someone who lamented on what would have been her 60th anniversary that she just wanted to be loved, he sure allowed a lot of stories to run to potentially wreck her love life and make a mockery out of her newest boyfriend. Then there's this in April of 1997, where they say that they don't want paparazzi to get hurt when Diana finally had it with a pap and encouraged a bystander to get the camera from the paparazzi so that they could take the film. And they about-faced that months later when Dodie and Diana kissing photos come out, which sold for a staggering £250,000 in 1997. And then there's creating an entire story to push a narrative that the princess is difficult to work with and a horrible boss. That is just a sampling of stories that ran when Piers Morgan was editor of The Mirror. And to be clear, it's not just Piers Morgan. I'm sure if we dug into other editors or journalists at the time, we might see a similar hypocrisy. No, to be more honest, if he had written, we didn't treat her the way she deserved to be treated. She was all these things, and we were more impressed and driven by the cash grab. But that is only possible if the media had learned something as a result of her death. And they did not. With the anniversary of her death coming up, it's already maddening to think about the attempts to rewrite history from the same people that contributed to this hysteria over her that ultimately led to her death. And no, we're not going to have the what actually killed Diana and Dodie conversation. All I'm going to say on this is there was no reason to be driving fast. There was no reason to jump in a car and speed away with a driver that wasn't already on duty if they weren't being chased and pursued by paparazzi. There's a causation there that a lot of the media would like everyone to forget. Seeds that they started planting immediately after the crash, which I will get into in later videos and on my Substack. But it might be interesting to look at journalists or editors who do remembrance posts for Diana and see how they covered her before she died. And there's a specific example of one columnist that we are going to look at in the future.